Actually, when I was a kid and got into jiu-jitsu and stuff, I yeah, I just thought I just thought everything was gonna be, everything for a school, open an academy, and have students, and just maybe fly around the world, do seminars and different things, because I was a world champion in jiu-jitsu. The mixed martial arts wasn't like it was today. Now you got kids, they're growing up, they're saying, I want to be UFC champion, I want to do this, I want to do that. I had no interest in doing anything like that. The sport was very small, and I just kind of ended up falling into it after I became a world champion in jiu-jitsu. I kind of knew Dana White before they bought the UFC even, and he pulled some strings and got me in, and the rest is mixed martial arts history. When I first jumped into the UFC, we sold the arena out. It was, I think, either the Trump Taj Mahal. I think that's what it was, 2,500 people. And I just thought that was the biggest thing in the world. I still think in my own head that's my favorite fight, kind of just like popping your cherry, going in there and, having, being more than just a street fighter type person, being actually a real athlete and fighting against someone who actually is also trained and in mixed martial arts themselves. It was strange. I mean, 5, 6 years ago, I was walking around, and I've already been with the UFC for 5 years, or been with them for a while, and nobody knew anything. And once it exploded with the Ultimate Fighter show and all that stuff, everyone knows you. Everything's going on, and it's just kind of such a big change because nothing's changed. I was always kicking butt. I would think, but. I guess it's just the sudden rise and the sudden popularity just in the sport itself is just amazing to me. I knew this, I always felt this was the best sport. Of course, I'm biased. I always felt this was the best sport, but I was wondering what was taking so long. But it's where it should be, and it's going to grow into where it's supposed to be now. I think the UFC will be a perfect fit with Fox, and this sport, there's no stopping this thing. It's just gonna go. And like the beauty of the sport is that you don't have to explain the rules, you don't have to explain any of that to anybody. Pretty much everyone knows what's going on as soon as the people walk in the cage. I think the sport has changed tremendously over the years with the whole mixed martial arts aspect of it. You can't be one-dimensional. I would say probably the first mixed martial artist that was putting in different things together was probably people like Pat Miletich or different things, where their one level wasn't the highest. They wouldn't focus on one thing. They would kind of try to put a bunch of different things together. And now what you mostly see, I guess, I see it a lot, and it's a very good style. It's like a wrestler with boxing. I almost call them like clones because they all look the same, and they all fight the same. And, that's what I call them, wrestling boxing clones. It might not be my favorite style to watch. Maybe some people might like to see that stuff. But, that's just the name of the game, and that style is very effective in mixed martial arts today. My style evolves on a technique basis. It doesn't evolve as I'm trying to change my whole style ever. But I try to add different techniques over the years. I'm trying to improve my takedowns. I'm trying to improve my striking, and I'm trying to improve my guard. I'm trying to improve my jiu-jitsu. So it just never goes. It's never ending, this thing. That's the beauty of mixed martial arts. It never ends. I really, I like to eat fruits in the morning, try and get some vitamins and minerals. And then from there, I'll probably try to eat some things kind of similar to the zone diet. I mean, it pretty much is. I just try to eat my meals balanced, I don't try to eat way more carbs or way more protein. I just try to keep it all the same and get all the healthy fats and the salads and all that stuff. I train every day of my life, whether I got a fight or not. I just train for fun, and I love it. I got nothing else to do. When I'm in Hilo, we're either jumping in the water or at home or at the gym. So we just train for fun. It's stuff we love to do. We love the techniques. We love the workout. It's a hobby. It's a lifestyle. It's our whole life. It's been like this for the last, ever since I was 17 years old. And, but when it comes to a fight, training's different. It's not as fun as it used to be. It is. I try to make it fun, but You know, there's nothing fun about sitting in a traffic jam going to get your head punched. So, you know, it's life. It's really demanding and all those things, but at the end of the day, when all is said and done, and you know, whether you get a victory, I mean, you always want to get that victory, but you know, it's always good, you know, all your friends who support you and everybody and family there, you know, patting your back. But it really is special kind of when you're just kind of by yourself at the end, after everything, you see everybody and you go to retire to the room for the night, and you just kind of look in the mirror and just, you know, like, I did that, I went through that, and it was a great experience. I'm excited for the next fight, you know, I'm ready to go. I've been training as hard as I can, and I'm gonna give it all I got. You know, that's all I can do, and you know, over time, you realize not to put so much emphasis on the outcome. I mean, even though that's all that matters in the end, but don't sit there and stress yourself about it. Just enjoy it and prepare the best you can. I think Nick Diaz is very good. He's actually one of my favorite fighters to watch. You know, he great boxing, great jiu-jitsu. Actually, he's great all around. I've been looking at a lot of his tapes. I never really studied his tapes before. I just used to enjoy watching him fight. I've been looking at his tapes, and you know, he's good everywhere. He's got wrestling, he's got jiu-jitsu, he's got boxing. He actually kicks too. He throws knees more than I thought he did. You know, I think he's good. You know, this is good matchup. No, it is a rush. You know, before I wouldn't feel it as much, but actually it's so strange now that I get older. Even though I got more experience, I feel it more. I feel the nervousness more a lot sooner. It's really different. You know, I guess what they say is the worst thing that can happen to a fighter is, you know, if he becomes civilized. But I feel it, and you know, it's just different. I mean, like when you're getting close to the fight, or you start walking down the ramp, and you know, you're going there. It's kind of like, I guess, like if the airplane has real bad turbulence, what are you gonna do? Just relax, right? I mean, it's nothing you can do. You can't panic anyway. I think it's such a great sport because you don't need a ball to play. You don't need anything. You just need two people. And I think it was probably the first sport ever played back when, you know, probably that and running were probably the two first sports. I always enjoy the sport. I enjoy the techniques. I enjoy martial arts. But I think I'm on a constant search and a constant mission to be my best. And I feel that I haven't reached that potential yet. I want to reach my full potential, and I want to step in the ring on a night, and no one in the whole world, no matter how good they are, can touch me on that night. And I'm constantly searching, and I'm on a mission to find that, and that's what keeps me motivated. If the situation presents itself, you know, I'm sure I'll return to lightweight again. But I'm in the situation right now where I really feel that I'm pretty close to getting towards the title shot. I need a few good victories, and I could end up the welterweight champion. So with that said, you know, I'm gonna take this and I run with it and give it all I got and push it for what it's worth. You know, I would love to become the welterweight champion again, and maybe even drop back down and become the lightweight champion again, and then say, let me see you beat that record. So a lot of people ask me about the different weight classes and stuff, and I always say, you know, not one weight class is not harder than the other. They just present different they present different challenges. You know, in the heavier weights, the guys are stronger but slower, and in the lighter weights, the guys are weaker but faster. You know, so they just they present different things, and you know, I don't know how I can jump up and down like that. I guess my skin is flexible. I don't know, just off the top of my head. I mean, they're all favorites. You know, win, lose, or draw, but I guess my first fight, and then first time I became welterweight champion, and maybe the Sean Shirk fight. That was a really good fight that I was happy about. It was coined the biggest lightweight fight in history at the time, and I'm glad to have participated in that. The UFC was starting to get big. Everything was big. It was on a grand scale. You know, when I fought Joey Gilbert, it was small. Even when I won the UFC welterweight championship, they didn't even put it on the news in Hawaii when it happened, you know. And when I fought Sean Shirk, everything was growing, and I could feel that this is a sport, and I really felt, you know, self-worth for myself and what I was doing. They could easily come out with the cliche, you know, they're all tough and this and that. I think Well, it's all a challenge. As soon as you find out, okay, this is who you're fighting. This is like right now, I'm in a challenging fight with Nick Diaz. You know, they just offer me that. You know, this is challenging. I gotta prepare and get myself ready. It all depends. The toughest to deal with are the bad losses where you get hurt. Some of my favorite fighters, I like a lot of fighters out there. You know, I love watching all of them. I mean, Chuck Liddell was always one of my favorite. You know, I like a lot of guys. They're getting older, the ones that I used to like. You know, all the guys from the Pride, the old UFCs. It's not that I don't like the new kids coming up now, but I think it's, I guess in a way it's kind of different. You know, the fights, everything is more demanded on getting a win and getting a victory no matter how they do it. So, you know, whether if they're trying to play for the judges or if they're trying to do whatever they're trying to do. But, you know, I got nothing against those guys. They're just trying to put food on their table. But do I want to sit there and watch them? No. Building my team, you know, when it comes to training camps, I really, you know, it doesn't matter if the person's the best coach in the world or you know, they have a certain thing, you know, that even if I believe they're the best at it, if we don't click, you know, if we don't click like this and see eye to eye, and if we don't like hanging out with each other, then I won't do it, you know. Even if everyone tells me, you know, that's the guy you got to be with, you know, if we don't click and it just doesn't work out, I'm not going to be happy. And a happy fighter is a good fighter. You know, I'm very excited, you know, to be involved with Team Edge and to be involved with the new guys coming up. They are, you know, they're the future of mixed martial arts, you know, and you know, I'm just very excited to be involved with the whole thing. I met all of them before. They're a great bunch of guys, and you know, this is exciting. We'll see how it goes. They're all gonna vote and find out who's the future. So I'm interested to see who everybody chooses. If someone wants to get into mixed martial arts, I would say mixed martial arts is based around 3 disciplines: striking on your feet, wrestling, or like the takedowns in the middle, and the grappling submissions on the ground. Find which one of those you love the most. Take it as far as you can in that one area, and then after you've done all that, whether it's jiu-jitsu or boxing or wrestling, after you've gone as far as you can, go and try to add the other ones in and make yourself a mixed martial artist. Or you could just start mixed martial arts right off the bat. You decide.